So the first thing that we're going to do in some actual code here is we're going to implement an outlet. But before we can do that, we need to have a quick understanding of what is an outlet. And an outlet is really a simple concept here. You can see in this diagram here that I've got a controller and a view. And on my controller I've got a little target here, and I've labeled that as IB outlet. In my view, I've got what I'm going to represent as a text box or some kind of label. It's the words hello. It's some data that we're going to display to the user. We're going to tell the user hello, and that's a UI view. And all that's going to happen here is that we define an outlet on our controller, and what that is it's a data point, it's a connection that the view needs to look at in order to, or that can bind to in order to update itself. And it depends on how you view this. If you say that the controller is updating the view or the view is querying the controller, it doesn't really matter in this case. What's really important here is though we're creating this point on the controller that is a point that it connects to the view, and it's an outgoing connection from the controller. So what I mean by that is that we're going to tell the view that when some data changes on the controller, this is the thing that you're binding to. You're binding to this IB outlet, and this is a one-way push. We're pushing the data to the view, as opposed to the view pushing us some data or letting us, being the controller, know that something's happened. Instead, it's going that direction. And so we'll go ahead and implement this in the code, and I'll show you how this works. It's actually really simple to do, and from this point on, a lot of what we're going to do is going to be really simple just because we've already laid so much groundwork in understanding some of the more difficult concepts in iOS development.